Hello. In this video, we want to find the exact value of the following using the cosine of a difference identity. So the following would be, or the cosine of a difference would be the following. Cosine of alpha minus beta would be cosine alpha cosine beta plus sine alpha sine beta. Good deal. Now, if we want to use the cosine of a difference formula, or the cosine of a difference identity, we need to figure out what would be what two numbers would give you cosine of pi over 12. So pi over 12 is what we want to figure out. Now, if that's in radians, we're working with a 0, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, and pi over 2. Those are our special angles in the first quadrant. So if we have pi over 12, we can use these to get there, and we're subtracting. Now, because the denominator is 12 here, that means I want to have a denominator of 12. So 6 and 2 would give me a denominator of 6, not 12. 4 and 3 would give me a denominator of, well, that'd be 12 right there. So pi over 4 and pi over 3. The question is which one is larger? The one that's larger is pi over 3 because it has a smaller denominator. So that means that the pi over 3 goes first. So notice that if we actually do the subtraction, pi over 3 minus pi over 4, that's going to give us, multiply the first one top and bottom by 4, that gives us 4 pi over 12, minus top and bottom by 3 gives 3 pi over 12, which is, in fact, pi over 12. Good. So that tells me that cosine of pi over 12 would be the same thing as cosine of what? Pi over 3 minus pi over 4. Good, and then just use the cosine of a difference identity. So it gives us cosine pi over 3, cosine pi over 4, plus sine pi over 3, sine pi over 4. And then just simplify at that point. Cosine pi over 3 is 1/2. Cosine pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. And then plus sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. And sine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. And then multiplying, we get root 2 over 4 plus root 6 over 4. Which, of course, gives us root 2 plus root 6 all over 4. Excellent. So there you go. Cosine of pi over 12 is root 2 plus root 6 all over 4. Excellent. Now let's look at the next one, which is cosine of 75 degrees. I need two numbers that we know already, two special numbers that we know, that gives us 75 degrees when you subtract. And the degrees that we know are 0, let's go across, 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, and then add another 30, that'd be 120, 135, 150, I can't add, and so on and so forth. But notice we want 75 degrees. So I need any two angles here that give us a difference of 75 degrees. Well, let's start looking. 90 minus 30 is 60, doesn't work. 120 minus 30 is 90, that's too large. 120 minus 120 minus 45, that is in fact 75. So the differences will be between 120 and 45. So this would be the same thing as cosine of 120 degrees minus 45 degrees. And it does matter which one goes first because we have a difference here. So this is going to give us the cosine of 120 degrees, cosine 45 degrees, plus the sine of 120 degrees, sine 45 degrees. Excellent. Now, well, actually, it really didn't matter because cosine is even. We need to figure out what is cosine of 120 and sine of 120. You can just look on the unit circle if you know it. If you don't, let's draw 120. 120 would look something like that right there. We're in the second quadrant, so if that's 120 degrees, that means that the reference angle there would be 60 degrees. Now, because of that, that tells me that I know cosine and I know sine of 120. So these are actually the same thing as, now remember, all students take calculus, that in the second quadrant, sine is positive, which means cosine will be negative. So that'd be negative cosine of 60 degrees, and then cosine of 45 degrees, and then plus, now sine of 120 is the same thing as the sine of 60 degrees, sine of 45 degrees. And then simplify from there. Cosine 60, cosine 45. Cosine 60 is 1/2, and cosine 45 is root 2 over 2. And then plus sine 60, well, that would be root 3 over 2, times sine 45 is root 2 over 2. And then simplify, that's negative root 2 over 2 plus root 6, sorry, over 4, my apologies, and plus root 6 over 4. And that, of course, gives us negative root 2 plus root 6 all over 4. And if you prefer, you can make that root 6 minus root 2 all over 4. And there we go. So it gives me cosine of 75 degrees. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.